Okay, so last night I got to finally watch Godzilla vs. Kong on the big screen of my living room. And I kind of regret it because this movie clearly looks like it was meant to be seen in the big screen, like at the movies. And although it still looked good in my TV, I seriously think I should have seen it in the movies. So yeah guys, to be honest with you, before the first trailer dropped for this movie, I had zero interest in seeing this. And it was really because I wasn't a fan of the first, like a huge fan of the first two Godzilla movies. The first one was okay, the second one was good, but I wasn't invested in this universe enough to like go, oh my god, Godzilla vs. Kong, that's the movie I want to go see. But after all the promises the first trailer delivered, I was in. I bit the hook and they got me. I was excited for it. Now the story is kind of wacky, as you would expect from a movie called Godzilla vs. Kong. So we have three groups of people. We have Team Kong, Team Godzilla, and the baddies who are building the Mecha Godzilla replacement for the big monster. So the group that is hanging out with Kong is trying to get him to the center of the earth because that's his like original place, that's his home. Team Godzilla, or it's not really Team Godzilla, they're just trying to find out why is Godzilla behaving this way after all these years being world's savior, being its protector, being humanity's protection.
And maybe I missed something, but they never really clearly stated why Godzilla had this beef with Kong and Kong's crew.
Cause fuck them, that's why.
I don't know, maybe I missed something, so let me know down in the comments.
And the Mechagodzilla group, it's obviously the bad guys are trying to create the replacement for Godzilla so they don't have to depend on him as much. And this movie is called Godzilla vs. Kong, but at the end of the day, it's really Kong's movie. He's the one that has an arc. He's the one that we follow throughout most of the movie, and he has some very emotional scenes with the little kid that communicates with him. And Godzilla is used very sparingly throughout the movie. He's already got two movies to shine, so they kind of put him aside for this one. He kind of just pops up to destroy a city or town, and then he hides back in the sea, and then pops up to fight Kong for a bit, then goes away. So that's basically Godzilla's role in the movie. We don't follow him as much. But when Godzilla and Kong fight, it looks amazing. And that was just my TV. I cannot imagine how it must have looked on the big screen on IMAX or some big experience like 4D or something. It must have looked insane. They really did know what people wanted for this movie, and they delivered. Now, the entire fight of Kong versus Godzilla was kind of split into 3 rounds. The first round was in Godzilla's territory. They were in the water, so Kong was in a complete disadvantage. Obviously, Godzilla was gonna win that. There was just no way around it. Water and Godzilla that's just his realm. Although King Kong really did get a few hits into Godzilla during that fight. Then after that, they did what they do in wrestling, where there's a wrestler that's completely messed up in the ground. He looks like he's gonna lose, and all of a sudden he just gets up, he gets his second air, and starts beating the guy that was just winning. That's what Godzilla did. That's exactly what Godzilla did, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit salty about that. I was Team Kong all the way, but regardless, it was a good fight. Now, one of the complaints that people have had with these movies is that the human characters are just not good. They're just not interesting to watch, and their story just drags the movie. It brings it to a halt. And this one, I gotta say, they are fun, at least entertaining to look at. They're not super deep characters, they are still a bit one note, but still they are more entertaining to watch than all the other human characters that came before in the other movies. So that's a good thing. At least I'm not bored out of my mind when I'm seeing the human characters in this one. And let's talk about the group of human villains. And their motive. They're just the main guy is just a mustache twirling bad guy that has this huge grandiose plan to replace Godzilla to not depend on them. He obviously gets whacked, of course. He wasn't somebody I cared for, really. He served his purpose. He was to bring Mechagodzilla to life. Also, his daughter was hanging out with Team Kong for the majority of the movie, and she was the most annoying character out of the entire movie. She needed to die quick. And when Kong crushed that ship, I applauded. I seriously yelled with joy. Now let's talk about Mechagodzilla for a bit. The design of Mechagodzilla was beautiful. I liked how they made him even bigger than Godzilla. It posed a real threat to him, and if Kong hadn't come in last minute to save Godzilla's ass, he probably would have killed him. I liked all the little gadgets that kept popping off of his body, like those missiles coming out of his shoulder and his blender tail. Those were all cool. I really enjoyed those. But at the end of the day, who do I really think won? Because there's a clear intended winner in the movie, but I don't think I can go with Godzilla winning. Godzilla did get that last round and won that last round, but I think Kong got a few more hits into Godzilla for me to think that he won the fight. Also, his style of fighting was much more fun to look at. Godzilla basically just relied on his nuclear laser to finish off Kong, and Kong was in a huge disadvantage. He was the underdog in this one, and I think I gotta give it to him. Alright guys, that is my review of Godzilla vs. Kong. Remember to like and subscribe for more content like this. Hit the little notification bell so you're always up to date with what I upload. I have an Instagram account you can follow at caffeine.prince98. I don't have Twitter because I hate it, and Facebook is for the family. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.